are. All right. I think I'm ready to go. Yell to the cloud already, and,
Pardon me, sirs.
Well,
Mrs. Drake would like the following clarifications made on her behalf regarding her last podcast. Mrs. Drake is not sure she was clear, and wants everyone to know that she understands that the Constitution provides for security of life, liberty, and property. She also wants it known that, like our founding documents state, our rights are given to us by God, not government.
well, wow, the last week's spot, woof, oh my. Hopefully everybody marked themselves safe from Mrs. Drake's podcast. Hopeful. Okay. I guess we should just start this, right? You think?
Yeah, you do what you want there.
Okay. Welcome again to another episode of Drake and the Maestro. Almost relevant and almost ready for lunch.
This chicken is the bomb.
At the Generals, we do chicken right on.
I see. You thought I was going to interpose there, but I didn't.
I know. I was waiting for it, and I was waiting for it.
Keep on your toes.
Right. Good for you. Look at you.
No, don't worry. I'll be back to form next week.
Okay. Let's hope so, because I can't do this myself.
You could, but it'd be real boring.
Oh, thanks for that. That just means so much. Yeah.
So, listeners, if you haven't figured it out, this podcast allows me to have my inside thoughts be outside thoughts.
Right. And it's pretty much just the way we talk with each other, whether the mics are on or off, in case anyone has the notion that this is a put on or what, and it's not. This is just us.
No, we're making it up. No, we're not. No, this is just, you're getting us.
That's right.
For better or for worse.
I think we talked about it in the inaugural podcast where, we were carrying on like this at Menards, and someone says, "You guys should do a podcast." So like, okay.
Really? Okay. Yeah, that works out for us.
Right.
And here we are.
It's season 3. Right.
I know.
Crazy. Did you see the humanoid robot chasing the wild pigs in Poland? Did you happen to see that?
I think you sent me that or told me something about it.
Yeah. It might be in the video
for the humanoid
file.
robot. If we're gonna get Terminators, I at least want them to be useful first.
And he's got a name, but I forgot. I can't seem to find it.
Frank. We're just gonna call him Frank.
Frank. Okay, so Frank has been, and this isn't his first.
Actually, hang on. I need to revise that. His name is Butch. I don't know if that's his actual name, but we're gonna call him Butch because it's short. You can be short for Butcher.
Okay, it's like when the robot overlords take over, that kind of thing.
Well, more of like he's chasing pigs and Butcher, bacon. Yum, yum.
Oh, it takes me a while sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Right.
Sometimes.
All the time. That you feel better with that? Okay.
Guy.
Yeah, or was I? Oh, anyway, he's chasing off the wild pigs. And I thought his name was like Charlie or something like that. Charlie something.
It's probably Charlie or something. It's something innocuous.
And he's chasing the wild pigs across Poland. So it's kind of the robotic version of St. Patrick, right? Of the snakes in Ireland.
Some would say the Russians did that in the 40s to the Germans. But hey, chasing the pigs across Poland.
Yes. Quite so. Apparently, he's been dancing his way through Poland. The robot. The pigs too, for all I know.
That's better than what happened to the robot that got sent on a hitchhiking journey across the U.S.
Is he putting on the lotion on its skin now?
He didn't make it. He started in Philly. He didn't even make it across Philly.
So he's got everything stripped and is up on blocks and painted with full
pretty
graffiti.
Much.
Yeah.
Poor robot.
That's like that scene in Vacation where they're asking for directions. Meanwhile, all the other guys are stripping the car.
Yeah, it was something. It was really funny.
Oh, okay. So the robot. In fact, I think that's the robot that was malfunctioning. It was dancing, and then it started doing some wacky stuff. I don't know if it grabbed a sushi knife and started flailing or something. It was pretty scary. Anyway,
if you haven't watched the robots that they're trying to I'm surprised that Poland has a robot that can chase wild pigs, because for most of the robots I see anywhere are just useless. They'll try to punch each other and they both fall down. And it's like, what are you guys doing?
That's something like the robotic Three Stooges.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Like in Short Circuit, right? Johnny Five, he's got he reprograms his fellow robots to Molar and Curly.
Right. Yeah, it's really funny to watch like the Asian tech shows where like, oh, look at these robots, and then like one robot falls over and just starts flailing on the ground. The other one's doing like kung fu poses in the background, still running the sparring script they wrote for it.
Right. Or that one, was it a Russian AI bot where they unveil it and it just does like the Ed 209, where it's like just flailing and thrashing on the ground and screeching.
Right.
Yeah.
I love those. Because it reassures me that we're, the robots are coming for us, but it won't be quickly.
I still say don't turn on Skynet, but, that's just me. I'm funny that way.
I, for one, welcome our robot overlords. They can't be worse than our human overlords.
Well, the children called. They missed the mines.
They yearn for the mines. They do indeed yearn for the mines.
Hey, we just got a message over here. It's Drake and the Maestro. Drake and Maestro, right?
Yeah.
Do we need to respond to this? Hi.
Does it say be funnier?
Yeah. Well, yeah. This is Derek Miller. I'm with the U.S. Federal Expenses. How are you doing today?
He's with the U.S. Federal Expenses? What does that mean?
I don't know.
What is a federal expense? I mean, I know what a federal expense is. It's like when the FBI rents a car or something, but I didn't know there was a bureau for that.
U.S. Federal Expenses. I'm thinking this is a scam message. That's what I'm thinking.
You should ask him if the Secretary of Treasury knows about his job.
Yeah. Right.
It's
like the poor people that fall for those IRS scammers, right? When they call from India.
Oh, I love the one that was like, oh, we're going to have, it was like some sheriff in the city in Wisconsin and some guy threatening to have the sheriff called on them.
Going to call the police. Okay, call him.
Right. It's like, okay, and?
Do it.
Right.
Or the one that called me and said, your social security and credit card were used to rent a car in Texas. This is agent such and such from the Marshal Service. I'm like, really? Oh, this sounds serious. Yes, this is very serious. Now we need you. You're in a lot of trouble, and we need I'm like waiting for the ask for the we need
the
to
social
clear
security number or something
right? So he asked for the social security number, and it says we need to get your credit card number so we can verify that it was or wasn't you. I'm like, wait a minute. You found this car in a crash? Yes. And she says, yes. And there were money and drugs in it. And it's, your responsibility. I'm like, oh, wait. Money and drugs in the same car in the crash? He's like, yes. He says, you need to take this seriously. They're like, I'm like, screw you. It wasn't me. I never keep my money and my drugs in the same place. That's amateur hour. That's amateur hour.
Also, I'd have done one better. I'd have been like, oh, that means that idiot ripped off the dealer. What is he doing? I already told him to do better.
Yeah.
I told him first you take the drugs somewhere safe, then you go get the money back. You never do it in the same transaction.
Something. Hey, you really want to play it to the hell, Get Butch in here. Did you? Listen, I've had it with your crap. Gunshot, Give him some
unfortunately for you can't get up fast enough.
Right.
You can't get out fast enough because I'd actually go get a real gun.
Well, I'm saying, yeah, of course you can do that out there.
Listen, boss, I can't do it anymore, man. Like I tried, boss. Well, you're gonna try. That was the try for the last time. It's an audible, just bam.
I was just thinking, that's your problem. I'm tired of
you to think.
I don't pay you. I pay you to follow instructions, and since you can't do that, boom. Yeah.
Now, you want my credit card information?
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm just gonna, ignore this message from the Federal Expense Department.
I'm pretty sure you'll be safe doing that. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think so.
Now, if it said, like Secretary of Treasury or something like that, then we have to talk about it. But the Expense Department.
I think they're trying to say IRS, but they can't. Apparently can't Google or something. I don't know.
Well, it doesn't exist there in Mumbai. The Expense Department is actually the bribe department from them.
Get it right. It's Kolkata, Sector 3.
I'm not up on my latest scammer lore.
Right. Nor should you be. I mean, that's not something we should have to deal with. But here we are.
No. Well, my carrier does a pretty good job of keeping them from getting a hold of me.
Right.
Cell phone provider.
Right. Do you want to talk about how everything on the Discovery Channel is fake?
Everything?
Well, yeah. I mean, a lot of stuff.
Sure. Do you have a specific show that's rubbing you the wrong way right now?
I do. Moonshiner, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, we kind of figured that was fake to begin with, because, how do a bunch of guys run around in the woods in the South under the police noses, and the police aren't just watching that going, yeah, we're going to arrest them later.
Well, apparently it's got so bad, and I'll try to find I had the release, but when the server deletion happened, it deleted my release, right? Because once again, my files have been deleted from my convenience.
Yes.
I'm thinking that cloud server pruning is getting a little out of control. But whatever.
A little aggressive, maybe?
Just a bit, you know? It's my space. No, wait, that's not a thing anymore. Never mind. Anyway.
You can't call J.G. Wentworth for this one, sorry.
One of the counties that they supposedly are filming in or whatever, are active in, put out a press release saying that nothing illegal is going on and it's just staged for filming because they got so many complaints from residents wanting to know why they weren't doing anything about it. It's happening right under their nose. And the county
Which
came
just
out and
speaks
said,
to how dumb those people are. Because did you really think that a bunch of people were running around with film crews and the cops didn't know about it?
Right.
I mean, let's not even talk about the legality of moonshining here, right? Let's talk about the filming permits you have to even film in the state.
Oh, sure.
You have to tell them what the premise of what you're filming is, like what you're filming. You can't just be like, we're going to film some stuff and then not tell them anything else.
That worked for H.B. Hilicki.
That was the 60s.
70s, but okay. But who's
70s,
counting?
Whatever.
Apparently you are. Okay.
Yeah, apparently you are. It's a little different back then. I'm saying, nowadays you just got to be like, we're going to film this TV show. It's about moonshining, and
And I'll have to go back and look because I think there's a stamp on there from the ad council from the state that it's produced in.
Yeah, it's either Georgia or North Carolina or whatever,
Tennessee or something. Yeah.
One guy was in West Virginia,
allegedly. Yeah.
Well, yeah, allegedly. But they're all like right there. So
and what really set me off this season and made me realize it's just a show I should really relax, right? Is
take the Mystery Science Theater 3000 route for watching TV.
Yeah. Because at least here's the thing with me. Yes, do I know it's scripted? Absolutely. Everything you see on TV is scripted. Rush Limbaugh is absolutely correct when he said that. He said everything you see, reality shows included, is scripted. The only reason they're doing reality format is so they don't have to pay the actors union pay scale. Right. So they are actors. They are acting. They may have a background in doing that stuff, but they're just doing it that way to avoid pay scale, union pay.
Right, because they're not union actors. They're just people that are acting. They're not actors.
Right. They're not part of, not SAG, the Screen Actors Guild. Yes, SAG.
Yeah, SAG.
And it's not a show filmed in the conventional method. So that's how they get around paying the union scale.
And the local yokels, they get to do it. To be on TV, and they get some wealth. They get pretty wealthy for what they're doing, and Well,
the people that get wealthy are the producers, and what's his name from Garage
they're the ones
Squad?
that get truly wealthy.
Joe Zloper kind of blew the curtain wide open on all the reality shows, right? Because he's the mechanic from Chicago on along with Bruno Massel and whatever the girl's name was, redoing people's cars from Garage Squad. Yeah, that. I didn't respond fast enough, so they would have, because they were interested in redoing your old truck. Anyway.
Yeah. Don't worry. I'll never let you live that down.
Right. At least it's being hot rodded now.
But not by us.
I know, but at least it's not sitting anyway.
Or on TV. It doesn't do me any good in someone else's garage, does it?
He was saying that they hire just enough people that know about whatever the topic is they're filming, right? And then there's a whole army of writers and producers that write it, and they sometimes ask your advice, but then they just go ahead and they're going to do what they're going to do, and they're going to edit it the way they're going to edit it, whether it depicts reality or not. And he said it was really infuriating because you're on arbitrary timelines to do arbitrary things, being guided and in some cases insisted or given hard guidelines by people who have no clue. And it got to be very tiring and whatnot. And he says that's industry wide. And he says, and what you're paid for the episodes is a fraction of what the production people get paid.
Yeah.
So the only people really making any money are the producers. Everybody else gets stiffed by comparison.
Well, yeah, in comparison. But if you're some poor redneck in Tennessee that was already doing moonshining to make a living anyway, and now you've got some production company that's going to pay you to do the thing you were already going to do, but now you get to do it legally.
Right. But
because they're going to pay for the liquor license and all that.
what the sheriff is saying is that everything they're doing is legal anyway. They were not illegally operating anyway, because if they were, they would have been, hooked up and taken away.
Well, yeah, because they're doing small batch. They're doing it. What was it? The way they're doing it isn't illegal.
Well, and they all have liquor license.
That's what I'm saying. Like they might be using original. Like you know what? And it goes to like what the thing is, like the reason they sell that TV show the way they sell it is because if they sold it the way like these people are going back to their roots and they're gonna make this liquor the way they always made, the way that the old heads used to do it. No, and exactly, because it's not interesting.
Well, that's how they build this last season, the one that just started some time ago, right? Like the one guy that does the climax moonshine, that guy.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna be and this is where I lost my stuff, okay? Because he's like, the tariffs are too high. I can't make any money. I gotta go illegal. I'm like, what? What tariffs? What are you importing that's tariff? That's causing you extra expense. First of all, so whoever the writer is that's writing his dialogue, or at least they probably don't write dialogue, is a moron. Well, then it comes out later in the episodes, because I watched anyway, because I'm like, okay, this is stupid. This is stupid. This is stupid. Because they keep talking, I gotta go illegal because I'm avoiding tariffs. He's trying to sell into Canada, but Canadian tariffs on whiskey are been traditionally high. Now, I do believe that
they didn't really go up.
I think they raised them a little bit in retaliation, but it's total nonsense, right? Total. We gotta risk my whole career and everything I built to get around these tariffs. No, you don't. You've got worldwide distribution. You get distribution throughout the United States, right? He's in the beverage depot. He's in all these places. He's overseas in Poland and all these other places and whatever. Come on.
Yeah, through the distillery that he works with.
That he owns.
Well, not only that, but he works with another distillery to package and sell his stuff.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Like he makes it, and then he works with another distillery to ship it and sell it. He's using that because it was one of the through lines of the show is he was working with another distillery to get his stuff out there.
Right.
And he bought their old building to make his stuff in.
Right. So now, I can't do that anymore. It's costing me too much with the tariffs. Like, no.
How about no?
Well, how about they're trying to get ratings?
Yeah, there you go. Ding. Because tariffs are hot and a hot topic.
Yeah, it's a hot button issue. It's the same as like the Street Outlaws guys, right? They found a bunch of guys that were already doing street racing because they were on street racing.
They were on Pinks.
Yeah, they were on Pinks. That's how they found them.
Mm-hmm.
They got invited because Daddy Dave and all that was on Pinks and with a bunch of the other guys because they went on Pinks as an Oklahoma street racing group.
Right.
Or drag racing group. And then they were like, oh, hey, what do you guys do when you're at home? Because they were interesting characters. Farm Truck and Asian were really the air characters there because they were there.
Right. They were the plucky comic relief.
Right. Well, they were on the episode of Pinks too.
They were.
Along with Chuck and Daddy Dave and the guy that had the S10.
The Sonoma?
Yeah, or the Sonoma. Yeah. Is that Daddy Dave?
Well, he was the one driving it, but he wasn't the owner.
Yeah, he was the one driving. It was Sean, the crow.
I don't know.
The guy that had the crow. Was like,
yeah, it doesn't matter.
I don't remember them all. It's been so long since I've watched any of
matter.
those idiots.
That whole show crashed out too.
Oh, it was the lead guy, Sean, that he sold out and he got too big for his ears, and
those were some ears too. Man. You fly to Guam with those ears.
If you watch every season, they kept getting bigger because they kept inflating with his ego.
I'm surprised he could tuck them under his hat like that. That's
why he needed the hat, because otherwise, the wind would pick up and he'd take off.
So back to the
H1 Huey taking off.
Back to the Moonshiners. So then you got the Mark and Digger characters, the guys that own Sugarland Shine.
No, those are those two different guys that own. That's the old man and the boy and the guy that wears the camo that owns Sugarland Shine.
Boy.
Yeah, it's the father son and then the old guy that wears the camo because they're on the jars.
Oh yeah, okay. So anyway, all those characters are all legal distillers.
Yeah,
all of them. So all they're doing in the woods is they're distilling, and they're
making a TV show.
Yeah, they're making a TV show. Right. And then they have all this inserted drama, and they've gone the way of that show we watched on USA Network, Mountain Monsters, right?
Oh, yeah.
when
Or
Mountain
was like
Monsters,
somewhat legit and then just got way too crazy.
right, when they start the Rogue team, you know, they're chasing us and chasing monsters.
We're gonna take you guys on a little road trip.
Oh, you are?
If you want us to go with you, we'll go, willingly. However, he's coming with me. The only way we're going to get answers about this rogue team is to get in this van and go with these guys. But we have one demand. We're taking our camera guy with us. One, because of a safety net. Two, if they allow this, it shows they're flexible. We have something they need, and they're willing to work with us.
Tell you what we'll do. We can go, but when we say camera's down, the camera's down. It's off. You understand?
All right. So where are we going?
We'll go for a little ride. We have somebody who wants to talk to you guys.
Do you really want to know what's going on out here? It's like, oh my gosh, stop it. Make it semi-plausible again, please. So that's what's going on over here. They got a rogue team of distillers, and then they're going to scam the rogue team. And then it's like, oh my God, stop it.
Yeah, at least
Stop
with the
it.
Mountain Monsters guys, they had the rogue team managed to kill a Bigfoot, you know, or allegedly.
Yeah,
So we had that
allegedly.
going for us.
No, but then towards the end, they kidnapped them and whatever, and then
They
forced them
kidnapped
to
the one
watch.
guy, yeah.
Yeah, and forced them to watch reruns of Betty Boop. I forgot. It was all weird, you know.
Yeah, it got
At one
real
point-
weird towards the end there.
At one point, there was a manatee, and then dolphins in the trees, or so. I don't know. It got really strange.
Yeah,
I
first
preferred
couple
my
seasons, it was at least plausible. Like they would just
That
be
was-
like, "Oh, there's a Bigfoot over in those trees over there. We gotta get him."
right. And the two guys are always making these complicated, like Rube Goldberg traps, and
Yeah, it never worked.
there was always a weakness. You'd think they would just double down and fix the weakness, but no, let's do something completely different again. Like, okay,
With a
fine.
different weakness
right.
that can be exploited by the
Right.
production crew.
So Moonshiners has gone somewhere between Mountain Monsters and Alaskan Bush People. It's just like,
Ugh.
oh no,
That is
stop.
not a good place to be.
No, it's not. It's not. I mean, I'm sure they've seen their ratings slip, and so now they're okay. We need more drama. No, don't do that. Don't do that. I mean,
You know, at least Street Outlaws had a little bit of realism to it because the races were real. Even if the winners were scripted, stuff could happen that they weren't expecting. Like the one guy crashing, you know, the one out of towner guy that came and wrecked.
And I did enjoy how over the seasons they just got to be. It was just no prep on the street because they would get permits and all that to close the street off. And I'm like, that's when they started losing me and probably a lot of other people.
Well, it was that plus their attitude of, well, this is real street racing. It's like,
Right.
dude, you guys haven't been real street racers since like season 5. Like, come on.
I would go season 2, but anyway. Well,
Because there was always the moving goalpost of, well, it's not a real car unless it's got, you know, doors and steel doors and fenders and blah 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 blah. And then it was, well, as long as you've got steel on the car, and then it just became full on pro mods. They were just pro street cars where they were driving on the street.
They shoot them for an eighth mile. Quickly hurry them back to the trailer, put the blankets on them and the ice, and chill them down again. I tell you, here's my standard for street racing. You have to be able to drive it there and drive it home and evade the cops when they show up. Otherwise, if you can't do that, it's not street racing. It's no prep, period.
Right. And which is what eventually became. It became no prep. They just started going on tracks, which is fun. It's a different show. And then now you're just watching grudge racing, which is people enjoy that.
Okay, so my Schadenfreude and all that, and what buried the show, I think, finally, was they started, we're going to go back to our roots. So they all did real street cars they could drive to the event and drive home. And they started taking on street racing teams from around the area, right?
Right.
And I always complained, you know this, I always complained about them showing up and at the line and doing these big burnouts across the line. And then backing up like they're on a track, right? Okay.
Oh.
Everybody who's out there street racing now, get ready to send me the hate mail. But back in my day, if you crossed the line before you were flagged, burnout or no, you quote red lit, you're disqualified, you lose. You cannot cross start line. Oh, I was just warming up my tires. No, you burn them out ahead of time, whatever. And so the secret to really good street racing back when I was doing it was you set your car up so you could do a scuff and then you get to the line and send it. None of this massive burnout on wrinkle walls. Because you you'd have a hard time driving the car there on wrinkles, let alone taking off when the cops show up at the plaza to bust everybody. So they were doing these, they like raced a group from Texas, and the Texas car guys kicked their ever-loving, arrogant butts. And that's all the Texas guys would do, is they would come up, they would be 20 feet back from the line, do a scuff, and then stage immediately, and then, you know, send it. And the Outlaws are trying to do their big burnouts and all that, and they were just, it screwed up their timing, if nothing else. But they were bringing the wrong thing to the wrong fight. You know, there's these big nasty cars, pro mod street type cars that were on wrinkle wall Mickeys and everything, and that's not a street car. It's not. I don't care what you people tell me. It's not a street car. I never was on wrinkle walls on mine, ever.
It's a pro street car.
It's a pro street,
like,
sure.
You know, like NHRA Pro Street, which are the only door slammers left, but that's what pro mods are. They're just door slammers that aren't registered with the NRA, NRHA, NHRA.
Say it. So
sorry, the NRA creeps in there because the NHRA has an extra letter in there, and it just throws me off.
So that was when they lost me. I think they lost everybody else, and when the guys were like completely dumbfounded.
It was that, and the No Prep Kings, and all the spin-offs from all the other cities.
Right. So let that be a lesson to your Discovery Channel. And on that disappointment, it's time to go for today. If you need to reach us, you can reach us at DrakeAndMaestro at Outlook.com. That's DrakeAndMaestro at Outlook.com. Or at DrakeAndMaestro on X, or at DrakeAndMaestro on YouTube.
If you need to reach us, you're going to have longer arms.
That is correct. Tune in next week when the Maestro says...
Oh, look, a goat.
Thanks for listening, and adios.
Adios.
Arrivederci. Hasta la vista.
Adios.
Adios, muchachos, caballeros, and will you get out of here? Strange, he left by the balcony.
All right, then. Man, I got to go yell at a cloud again.
We really dug into the Street Outlaws guys.
They deserve.
Yeah, they did. I remember the guy's nickname was Big Chief about 2/3 the way through that conversation. I was like, it's not worth it.
It's not. No, it's not. It's just, it got to be so contrived. And that's the way Moonshiners is going. I mean, I guess kudos to Oak Island for following the same format for a decade. I'm just jaded now. Because
the Outlaws guys did too. The Outlaws guys ran for over a decade.
They did.
But like
I tell you what,
13 or 14 seasons.
I was just fast forwarding, watching the race, watch the race, you know.
Yeah, the personality stuff got to be a little too much on the race side of it.
On the Drake and the Maestro fast forward scale, they were very high, which is like for those of you who were wondering, the more fast forwards you have to do to watch the show, the worse the show. Right, it's like golf. You want a low score, not a high score. So
yeah,
they were
opposite of Siskel and Ebert. There, you don't want high score. You want low score. Low score good, high score bad.
Right, Siskel and Ebert, they want a high score.
High score.
Siskel and Egbert want a low score.
Yeah, that's right. I'm the Eggman.
That's you. I'm the Walrus. Okay, another one in the can. Trash can, that is.
Well, yeah, that's where it belongs.